All right, guys. So, my name is Mo, and I'm from South Africa. I'm from YMCA Soweto, a small town there, in the ghetto. I'm from the ghetto. So, yeah, welcome to the S2C Book Club. So, what we do during the S2C Book Club is that we discuss different books based on different topics, and we try and develop each other mentally and uh, just provoke some thoughts and discussion. So today is our fourth installment of the S2C Book Club, and we have been doing it for quite a few weeks now. But we would like to grow more and reach more people as time goes on. So if you enjoy this, can you please share it with other people and make sure that next week we have more? Because every week we review different books. And yeah, this week we were reviewing The Secret. The Secret. It's a book by um, Rona Brimes. Rhonda, yeah, that book. It's actually quite an interesting book, and we've been engaging on it. Yeah, yeah. Um, Maybe can everyone introduce themselves before we get into it, and and see if. But I think we know each other here. Everyone here
Mm,
knows each other. Okay, so yeah. This book was actually shared to us or nominated by Nora. Nora, she's from Zambia, Zambia YMCA, and we have Michael from Zambia as well. So thank you, Zambia, for representing us quite well. Um, so the book is all about this secret that has been hidden from us for a long time. Um, and this secret has been not been shared. It has not been easily available for a lot of people for a while until now, because the author of the book decided to like go on some sort of um, journey on changing his own life, on transforming his own life, and he saw things happening as the much digging he made about the secret is the more he found out about the secret, and is the more uh, a chain reaction happened whereby different people that he met, um, and they were all uh, in having some knowledge on the secret. So yeah, what is the secret? They say. I also was so curious to know what is the secret, only to find out that the secret is something called the law of attraction. So so the secret is the law of attraction. So like all laws of nature, the law of attraction is very sure, it's very certain. It does not miss you, even though you don't know about it. It doesn't mean it's not happening. You see, much like gravity. When gravity does not decide that, okay, today I'm not working, or today I'm working. You see, so the force of gravity and the laws around gravity are always there, whether you know about them or you don't. So the law of attraction suggests that everything that's coming into your life, you are attracting it into your life, and it is attracted to you by the virtue of the images you're holding in your mind. It's what you're thinking, and whatever is going on in your mind, you're attracting to you. So every thought of yours is a real thing. It's a force. And as you think of yourself living in abundance, you become powerful, and so on. So this idea comes from a lot of old age philosophers and civilizations and all that. They always knew about this one way or the other. Um, a good example of this is if you look in the Bible, in quantum physics. Before I go into the Bible, in quantum physics, they say that the mind is the driving force behind the universe, and before everything came to be, it was thought. So even in the Bible, the word of God is the first like sort of action on to like manifest all those things. So it all started with the word, and everything came to be. You see, so the law of attraction suggests that it all starts with thought, and yeah, and a lot of people supposedly knew the secret. A lot of famous people that we know, the likes of Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, um, Abraham Lincoln, and a lot of people really were in knowledge of this secret way before people came about it. So the secret says that as you think of yourself living in abundance, you are powerfully and consciously determining your life through the law of attraction. You see, so you are telling yourself that I'm living in abundance, therefore it's going to come to you. But then the most obvious question becomes, so why isn't everybody living the life of their dreams? Because if you dream something good and it just happens, so why are we all not living the life of our dreams? And the book says that when you focus your thoughts on something you want and you hold that focus, you're in that moment, summoning what you want, the mightiest power in the universe. So so what happens is that the law of attraction does not compute anything negative, or doesn't. If you say don't or not or no, all those words of negation, they don't work, because if you say I don't want to spill something on this outfit, the law of attraction says I want to spill something on this outfit, and you end up maybe spilling something on yourself because you're thinking about it, or you don't want a bad haircut or what. So there are many instances of the law of attraction happening, especially in the negative sense. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Is there anything I'm missing for now? I don't think so. I'll just continue. So if you tell yourself that you don't want, not helping you yourself, it's like you're attracting that bad thing to yourself. You see, and yeah, the law of attraction constantly gives you what you are thinking about, and yeah. So the law of attraction says like attracts like. So when you think a thought, you're also attracting like thoughts to you. So the more positive you think, the more positive that comes to you. The more negative you think, the more negative comes to you. And yeah, it says that thoughts are magnetic, and thoughts have a frequency. As you think thoughts, they are sent out in the universe, and they magnetically attract all like things that are on the same frequency. So everything you send out returns to you, the source. And you're like a human transmission tower, transmitting a frequency with your thoughts. And if you want to change anything in your life, you have to change the frequency by changing your thoughts. Yeah. I think we have I have talked a lot of things um to take in. That's a mouthful. But if you read the book, all these things that I'm saying are there in the book. And 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 yeah. And the other thing that's in the book, it is apparently in a day a person thinks 60,000 thoughts in one single day. And how is it possible that you can control these thoughts? So you're saying you don't want to think about negative things, but how can you control these negative things? And uh you have to like focus on the feelings. So what happens is that your feelings are a response, are like telling you what that you're having either good or bad thoughts. So if you're feeling good, it means you're having good thoughts. And if you're not feeling so good, it means you're feeling bad thoughts. So even though you cannot monitor your thoughts, but you can monitor your feelings, and immediately you feel out of place or you feel bad, You can do such things as meditate and pray and do all these different things. And yeah. So The Secret is quite an interesting book, and it's filled with a lot of mysteries, a lot of inspirational things, and also a lot of controversy, and especially looking at the Christians or the religious people, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian or Buddhist. Um, some things that are said in the book are controversial, and although some things might be a bit consistent with the religions, but some things are very much controversial. So, like any other book, it has the pros and cons, which we'll get into a bit later. So I have a quote here by Bob Doyle. Bob Doyle said that the emotions are an incredible gift that we have to let us know what we are thinking. So it means your feelings tell you very quickly what you are thinking, you know. And what if your feelings are actually communication from the universe to let you know what you are thinking? You see. So yeah, because thoughts are happening subconsciously, but you can feel the
Maybe more.
yes, yes,
Sorry, sorry to cut in short. I
no problem.
just want to be clear. Like you are analyzing the
Hmm.
book, or you're setting the case for us to share our thoughts, our ideas, or like what direction are you exactly taking us in? Because I'll just be clear. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just generally analyzing the book according to what I saw and so on, and then so that we can it can be easy for you guys, the readers who have interacted with the book, to share your own experiences and your own thoughts. So this is just a short thing to like try and get us going, and also the viewership who have not maybe seen the book can be able to engage. And yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do now is open the floor for discussions and really for people to tell us how far they have read and what they have seen from the book so far, and their own personal experiences with the book. Maybe something that they see a bit more relevant to them, or so on. So yeah, the floor is open, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to those who are joining.
Yeah, hello. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you
Um,
clearly, Kuzo.
yeah, I hope I'm not sounding like a piano like the last time. But
No, no, not that.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it's really an eye-opening book, honestly. And
Yeah,
and I think I was actually amazed by how the book is structured, and how the writer tried to embed each and every word into human subconscious frame, if I'm to put it that way. I think it's yeah, the secret is very simple, like what you said earlier, that the power lies in what you called the power of attraction, or something like that,
yeah,
in which, whereby, because I think many a times we tend to think that our success, or what we yearn for, is something that is outside our frame, or that requires an external help or an external force to drive it, whilst neglecting the fact that the power is within us. And I think that's the point that the writer tried to drive home, and I think he actually did well in driving it
yes,
home. Obviously, yes, he poked certain holes, and on the religious front, like what you alluded to, and
mhm,
that can be that can be problematic now, when you're trying to sell the idea that he was trying to sell to the people, because
mm,
not everyone will see it with an open mind. We are all
exactly. Yeah,
products of how religion shapes us, and stuff. And I think it's very, very difficult now, if you are to sell this, to people who are largely socialized along religious lines and stuff. But on the surface, I can say, he actually stated his thoughts well, and I think he actually drove a very, very powerful point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else would like to share about the secret and your thoughts? Okay, just to respond to you, Rukuzo, I agree with you 100%. This is a book that needs to be looked at with an open mind and really a worldview that is very much matured and not so naive, because you shouldn't agree with everything that the book says, but also you shouldn't rule out certain practices or ideas that the book looks to drive, such as the law of attraction. Okay, can I ask a question, guys? I think the first book that we reviewed in the book club was The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. When we reviewed The Alchemist, it also talks about the universe conspiring in your favor. How did you see the relation between the secret and the alchemist, especially on the front of the universe and the force of nature always trying to um, conspire in your favor, and especially if you work with the force, if you are positive, it's gonna bring back that positivity. So yeah, how can someone maybe share how they saw this? Sharon, maybe you want to share with us?
To be honest, I've not read the book, and unfortunately, I've been busy reading on some other things. So I just wanted to join so that I can at least get ideas or get motivation
But
to read
but you
the book before to about it. But yeah, I think from what I've gotten from you guys is that the book is all about law of attraction. It's all about what you attract as an individual and how that goes down to how that affects your day-to-day life, or how it affects how you achieve your goals and such like. And I think that's the same concept with the alchemist, because Apollo says something about whatever you want, so whatever you seek, the universe is always going to conspire
in your favor.
to help you find what you are seeking or what you are looking for. And if that is the concept of the secret, then I think there's a connection.
Oh, okay, that's nice to hear, Sharon. I think also I've seen that particular connection. Michael, do you have anything to share about what you have read?
Yeah, interesting. I was actually reading the book today this morning. I spent all my entire morning going through it. And maybe just to come back to your question about what you said, the law of attraction, and also in the Alchemist on the universe conspiring to make everything work in our favor. I think the moment I reached that part in The Secret, when I read that part of the law of attraction, and immediately it took me back to the Alchemist again point of view. And I was trying to compare the two concepts and to see how they work for our lives, or to see how it works for us. And I think one lesson that I drew out from there was that the universe is ready, it's set. The law of attraction, it's there, it's set. I think all it waits is for an individual to realize what they want and to go for it. And then backup is there already, actually. Backup is set for us already. And the universe is ready to conspire with nature with physics, with chemistry, with all these different forces to make everything work for our good. And on the other hand as well, the law of attraction is ready again to conspire with whatever it can to bring into reality the things that we dream for, the things that we wish for. And the only difference that comes from that one is for someone who is going to dream, someone who's going to ask, someone who's going to believe, and someone who's going to take action. I think for me, that's exactly what I'm drawing from those two particular point of view. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for your wonderful insights. Yeah, I'm gonna just say that I think for me, this book, I'm gonna recommend it to anyone and everyone who is young and is eager to go out there and learn and just be the best that they can ever be, or the best that they can ever imagine. So I think it's a good self-help book for people who have an imaginative mind and people who have drive and an ambition to succeed. But also, I think it's for people from all walks of life. It's just a thought-provoking read that one person should read, and you can at least take one positive thing from the book and incorporate it into your life, because there's a tons of information in this book, and yeah, and it's really interesting. And okay, so I just want to provoke your thoughts again. What do you think about the law of attraction versus the Holy Spirit?
Yeah. Can I go for that one?
Yes, please. Just
Very interesting question, huh?
Okay, can I go for that one though?
Yes.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting question. Okay, you know what? I believe God created us with all the power that we need. I remember reading a script in the Bible in which it was stated that there's power in the tongue, there's power in what you say out, there's power in what comes out of you, which means the power is within us. And I think that actually tallies with the law of attraction. The power is not external. The power is not outside there. The power is within us. Once we get set, the world is ready to embrace our dreams, our vision world, but the power is within us. And I think it kind of tally with what the scriptures entails us, because many times we tend to think of God as a being who is outside us. I remember reading another script in which it was say that, your body is the temple of God. And we know that God is the Alpha and Omega when it comes to issues to do with power. He is the starter and the ender of things, if I'm to put it that way, which means God is within us, which means we have the power to start and end things. We have the power to pursue our dreams, sustain them, and live them within us. And I think it kind of tally if I take.
Your mic, Rukuzo, has been muted, and I'm sure you're not finished.
I think I'm done now. I think I'm done now. As in, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say for now, and hear what the other comrades think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice thoughts. What about you guys? What about you, the rest of the team? What do you guys think?
Okay, let me jump in as others are still propagating the thoughts. That's a very interesting question, Mo. And yeah, because that's a very interesting insight as well. How you proud to say we have the power inside of us, and I love that point actually. And I think the law of attraction and the Holy Spirit. I mean, these are very interesting words, and if you look closely, they look as if they operate like in the same way, you know. And I think for me, maybe taking it back to the scriptures, I think the Holy Spirit was given to us. You know, when Jesus Christ was ascending to heaven, he says, "I'm not leaving you as orphans, you know,
Yes.
but I'm leaving you with,
With
you
the
know, the Holy
fruits of the Holy
Spirit."
Spirit.
Yeah, who is the Holy Spirit who's gonna be your helper, you know, it's gonna
Yeah.
be your comforter, it's gonna be all those different descriptions that Jesus said when he was ascending to heaven, telling his disciples. So who were his disciples? Whom was the Holy Spirit being left on? Are those people that believed and followed Jesus Christ, you know, and that is now deals with our faith in religion. And
Yeah.
coming to the law of attraction, it is a physical attraction. It works in all dynamics, whether you are of a religion, whether you're an atheist, whether you're of particular diverse, whatever that can look like. What it needs is for you to apply uh, what is required of it. I think that's my understanding between the Holy Spirit and the law of attraction. Yeah, I think in that kind of manner, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for those insights, Michael. I think that is very eye-opening, also. Yeah. Sharon, do you have something to share, or can you continue to the next question?
It's interesting getting your perspective, though. I think I don't know. I don't have much to say. Yeah, no, I'm reflecting.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. I'm looking for the questions now. I don't know where I put them. But yeah, guys. So this is really a nice initiative that we're doing, and in the near future, what we would like to do is diversify this platform, this book club, so that maybe after this session, we have chats, we have engagements on other social media platforms, on text, and then maybe in the near future go to movie reviews, review movies, review all these other nice stuff, and actually just keep people entertained and keep young people informed and educated and yeah, all these things that we say we want to do as the YMC. It's the S2C Book Club. So um, it's transforming young people from subject to citizen. So it's very important for us to keep that philosophy intact as we do all the things that we want to achieve. Yeah. So
Can I add
okay.
something? Can I?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think obviously I'm a fan of the practicability of things, if I'm to put it that way. I think we are going through a very, very rough time, as people currently because of COVID-19, and I understand that there are a lot of lockdowns that were being implemented in different parts of the world, in different countries and stuff, and people are anxious. People don't know what we are facing. It's unprecedented, if I'm to say. It's something which is new, and a lot of people right now are going through a lot of we can actually law of attraction during times like this, because we are products of what we feed our mind with. And I feel like a lot of people are very anxious because of a lot of negative news that they are that is being fed into them, if I'm to put it that way, a lot of stories that is causing them to be anxious and stuff. And I think it's very important that we look for positive ways to craft things that we feed our mind with. You understand? Because after COVID-19, I feel like we are going to have like a mental crisis in the world, and you know it is going to have a lot of ripple effects, you know, in the people's psyche. And it's very important that we try to keep our mind, you know, sanitized, not only our hands. We try to keep our minds clear and well fed with positive thoughts, with positive material and stuff, so that maybe we can actually use this lockdown as a rebooting, you know, space. Yeah, so that after the lockdown, maybe we can actually, you know, go out there in the world with renewed vigor and renewed energy. Yeah.
True, true, true. Yeah. Yeah. That was noted. Good though. So what did you already know about the law of attraction before you read the book? Maybe while you were reading the book, you thought that, nah, I already knew this, or I was already aware of this. But did you have those moments when you were reading the book? Anyone can answer this one. Hmm. Interesting. So people don't want to answer.
Now we are here.
Probably I could go first. I think, being that I've not read the book, I think while reading it, I would have first thought of thought of alchemist, of course, and the fact that everything you always seek, everything you always want, and everything that you desire, there's just a way. There's always a way that it will come to happen, or it will come to pass, so it will be fulfilled. And I think even the question you should be asking is, while you're reading the book, how many things or what reflections are you having, like the kind of things you've always wanted to achieve, and then just in a funny way they come to happen. And I think those are the kind of things I would be thinking of while reading the book. When you
Yeah.
think of law of attraction, how everything you always wanted to achieve just come to pass, and then you sit back and you're like, yeah, I wanted to do this and this and this and this, and it's happening, or it happened.
Hmm. I think I also have an experience with this, a personal one. You know, it was in 2012 or 2013. I'm not so sure, but I was watching the news, and they say that Kenya is the highest or the fastest growing economy in Africa. And at the time, I told myself that, oh, this is the fastest growing economy. So I want to be there. I want to go this and see that place, and maybe start a business there or do whatever. And at the time, I was still in high school. I didn't even know what I was just saying it. I didn't even have any type of plan. But just a few years later, I got an opportunity to be part of the Young Advocates for Change program, and we went to Kenya for our training, to Uganda, then to Kenya for our training, and I stayed there for 3 weeks, and I still would like to go back for longer, for 6 months even. But all I'm saying is that, you know, I thought about that thing um, years before, and subconsciously it happened. So it's real, the law of attraction, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so there's this thing about me and Nali, like last year, when after Yak in 2018, and then in 2019 we were like, okay, so where are we going to meet, or which country are we visiting first? And then the first thing was like, we're going to hey, we are going to South Africa. By then, we were not even S2C ambassadors, or the Asians had not come in. And, Stacy talks of the S2C thing, and suddenly you guys are going to South Africa and blah, blah, blah. And, we were meeting and we were just like, I don't know. I don't know if there was a magic between us saying on the 1st of 2019 that, we need to meet in South Africa, and then
It happened. Yeah. Um. So
suddenly, just in like no efforts, no anything. But yeah.
yeah. So yeah. That's wonderful. I remember also. By the end of year, we were all saying, "Hey, we should go back together. We should get back together," and it did happen. So yeah. Sometimes maybe it does work, guys. Just maybe if you can dream and focus on that $1 billion, maybe you can be like Kanye West also and be a billionaire very soon. Yeah, okay. Does anybody else want to respond to the question that I asked? As in like what did you already know about the law of attraction before you read the book? Oh, okay. If no one can answer that one, what's the question that you still have that still isn't answered? So the secret may have been revealed, but what is that secret that was not revealed for you?
Can I go for that one?
Please.
Okay. I think the writer pretty much covered, the base very well. The only hanging issue that I have is how best can we frame this message in the way that suits our narrative, if I'm to put it that way. Because I feel like in our works within the YMCA and beyond, we share experiences and stuff like what you, Mo, and Sharon were doing a couple of minutes ago. And now, if we were to refer this book, or if we were to tell someone, if we were to spread the word, if I'm to put it that way, that there's so and so book that exists in the world and stuff. We are a Christian movement, but at the very same time, we tend to get contact with other people who are of other faiths, other beliefs and stuff. How do we reframe it? How do we trim it? Why am I saying so? More last year in December, I went to Zambia. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
And we were presenting the scenarios. Michael can attest to what I'm saying. We're presenting the scenarios, and there's this, I think it's the blue horizon. It actually ruffled a lot of feathers, because there was this silent consensus amongst the people that were in attendance, that there are certain things that we were driving that were anti Christian values and beliefs. You understand? And it was hectic. And Sheila and I, we had to work overtime to actually uh, fan out the fires, because at one point it became so heated, because people are now actually challenging us. They were saying, no, you are actually spreading things that are not in line with what our beliefs and what we stand for as the YMCA. So I want to ask, how do we are young people, we are open-minded, we are in a different wavelength altogether with other generations that are ahead of us, if I'm to say. But how do we trim it so that we come up with an inclusive message, we come up with something that everyone can relate to, without anyone poking holes on on the message that was exhibit, or that was shared by the writer, that was the main, without losing the core essence of the message, because we don't want to dilute it. We just want to reframe it in a way that can work better for us. Yeah, I'm done.
I understand what you're saying, Buzo. We are in a sort of dilemma as the movement, that we need to look at the Christian values and aspects of things, um, deeper, and so that our programs don't come in conflict with our beliefs. But I think YMCA, the triangle represents mind, body, and spirit. And mind, body, and spirit, I think it means that we are important for the holistic development of young people. So so if we have to develop young people, really, we need to be as open-minded as possible, and as honest as possible to ourselves today, that we cannot be as naive as as some might put it, but we can be at least relevant to our young people and try to bring them into our value system as Christians. uh, but we can't like say, exclude ourselves and say we can't do this, we can't be handling talking about such things in the YMCA. We have to continuously be exposing such things, the future that you're going in, and like talking of the implications of that in order for Christianity to survive. I think we really need to look at ourselves as Christians and how we portray ourselves for the rest of the world. And yeah, I think this moment is really crucial, um, for the survival of the Christian faith, because Christians are being attacked all over the world, and we need to show the world that being Christian can is still a good thing, or it can benefit people and develop them spiritually. But as the YMCA, we are a holistic movement. We deal with young people in a holistic sense, in a holistic manner, and not only in the spiritual aspect. So we need to also develop the mind, and so on. But yeah, I'm done. Is there any other comment before we
But
wrap
it's
up,
kind of
because
a
we've been going on for an hour?
yeah.
Yes, yes, Sharon.
And I think
You're saying?
the first rule of a good reader, is someone who's able to stomach in the perspectives or the opinions of the writer, because the writer is not universal. It's just one person who's sitting down in probably some boring corner with lots of pens and lots of papers writing, and just putting down their own perspective. So as a reader, you can read, you can always read, but then at the end of the day, it's upon you to choose what you believe in and what you don't. So I think closing out an idea, or closing a book before or not giving out a book, or not making the book accessible to many people, because it's
Yeah, I think we didn't get the last part there, Sharon, but we had
not
the majority of what you said, which is being.
reflecting what you believe in. Is you may find yourself some.
Sharon, you seem to be having technical issues there, but I think we caught what you were trying to say, and if I could re-echo it, I'd say that maybe you were trying to tell us that it's important for readers to be mature enough and be able to stomach out and understand that sometimes the writer comes from a specific point of view,
Yeah, it's a
which is not
perspective.
necessarily the
It's the
same
on.
as ours.
Yeah, a, it's the writer's perspective. So whatever try to no, I'm against closing a book because you disagree, but at least you should go into a book and understand what's going out and try to fit in their own perspective, so that it would be a boring one. Honestly.
Mm.
it's always the same.
Yeah, signal is lost again. But at the end, so again, we heard what you said. Yeah. Mm, is there any last thoughts, maybe from the guys? Because I think so far, so good. We have spoken a lot, and we have a lot of content. And if we are going to move this conversation into our WhatsApp platforms, our Twitter platforms, it's going to be really insightful. Yeah. Um, is there any thoughts? Any final thoughts from you guys?
Yeah. I think what you said and what Sharon also expressed is very true. Um, I think every writer or every author, when writing a book, they putting out there what informs their worldview, what
Mm-hmm.
informs their belief system, and what informs also the cultures, their norms and values, and all those different things. And I mean, sometimes it might not get in line with you as an individual, with what your perspective can be. And sometimes we see these things in different books that we read because there's differences in terms of how people bring out that perspective on different issues and topics as well. And I think for me, as a young African reader, I think I'm conscious of the fact that I hold my view as well, and I have a responsibility as well to guard and protect what my worldview has been built on. So when I am examining other ideas and thoughts, I go with a view to learn and to engage with the thoughts of the author, but not necessarily to be changed or transformed by them, but maybe to be influenced by what they think. And if need be, I have a choice also to decide whether to adopt the concepts, to try them, to use them, if I want them to work in my life, or I have also a choice just to have it as knowledge or information in my life as well. So I think it's exciting, and I think it's a challenge also that is being given to us as young Africans to
Yeah.
begin as well writing our thoughts, to begin jotting down our ideas, our perspective, our things that we hold true to ourselves, so that we can as well in those uh, spaces as well inspire other people, share the information, and just share the perspective. I mean, there's literally nothing wrong if we endeavor to go in that line. So I think it's always wise and good that you pick up the book, you read it, you might not agree with it, but you go on, you read it again, you read it again, and you learn something new.
Yeah, Michael. Even though we just cut maybe problems with your signal, but I think we had the most of what you said, and yeah. But I think we have an extra few minutes. I thought we will finish now, but um, maybe if I can ask if you didn't like the book, or what is the thing that you didn't like about the book? You see, like for me, I'd say I didn't like the fact that the book was well, the structure of the book, it was very much confusing at first. It's a quote by someone who also like contributed into the writing of the book. Then it's the text. Then that format for me was very different. It's unique and very creative, but I'd say it's not for me because it seemed very confusing because yes, the quote would introduce you to an idea, but the text would go deeper. So it would have some inconsistencies here and there. But yeah, it was a nice book. But if I was to critique something about the book, it's the way it was compiled or the way it was written. Yeah, open to the floor.
Done. I'm done. Uh,
Yes, please.
can I jump in? Okay. I think one can tell, from the nature of this discussion that this is a highly technical and some sort of intellectual book, and
Mm.
and I love that. I love intellectual conversations and stuff. I love that,
Mm.
but I have an issue when it comes to practice. You understand? You have to understand that I'm going to use myself as an example. I work with the young people, and most of these young people are not your typical intellectual type. These are young people who come from different backgrounds and stuff,
Mm.
and they might find the book helpful, but no, before they even find the book helpful, they'll find difficulties in articulating the technicalities and the book, the technical aspect, how it is framed, how it is structured. I think the writer could have, I don't know if there is another edition which is a bit
Mm.
watered down, but from judging with this one that we are discussing on, I think it is highly technical, it is highly intellectual, and it can be very difficult for your average African young person. Not that Africans are not intellectual, but someone who is coming from not so sound, intellectual background, a young person who is in the streets and
Yeah.
stuff, they might find it very difficult to even articulate what is being highlighted. So, and I think it goes back to the point that I wanted to highlight earlier. We are open-minded as young people, all of us. We
True.
understand all this. We engage with everyone, Muslims, Buddhists, or whatever. We understand. We understand. But it's not everyone that we work with, or it's not everyone, because at the end of the day, what we seek is to assume or consume, or information that we will share with the world that will help us in delivering our mandate, in serving our communities, our countries and stuff. When we are working with those people now, how do they relate to certain aspects that only us can understand, or only a few people can understand? That's the whole point that I wanted to drive earlier. But it's an incredible book, honestly. It's a book that I would recommend to anyone, and it's really a sound book. I've actually learned a lot. And why am I saying so? Because I want to wrap up. I actually have another meeting in the next 30 minutes or so. So
Okay.
it's really a good book, and yeah, let's feed our mind with positive thoughts. Let's feed our minds with things that develop us. Let's be the next. Let's be the generation that is going to change the world. And I know during this time, we are going to face a lot of problems, especially us people who subscribe in the internationalism, philosophy, because I feel like a lot of countries are going to be inward looking now. But we shouldn't kill. That shouldn't kill what we believe in. We should always try to consume ourselves with a lot of positive things that we can do to serve the world better.
Oh, yeah. Comrade Rukudzo. I guess. Thank you for your insights, and also good luck on your next meeting. If you might leave whilst we haven't done. So we are now live on Facebook. So apologies everyone who's watching, because we have had some technical difficulties at first as we were starting. So we had this session and discussion earlier on, and we've been engaging even before we came on Facebook. So maybe the recorded version will be available to everyone here on Facebook and other social media platforms. So yeah, thank you for that, Rukudzo. Is there anything else, or is there anyone else who would like to add something in terms of what they least liked about the secret?
Yeah, actually, I think it's also a wake-up call for us to be flexible in as much as we are examining these different authors, because I as well, like anyone else, I think was shocked because I realized that I was actually reading the actual book when I was on page 50. So like, okay, I thought I was reading comments and by people, and then I was like, oh, I'm on fifth page, and actually I'm reading the actual book. So it was, I mean, it's a very interesting way of writing it and engaging different people and sharing their perspectives and views. I think for me, I was used to the actual writing of one person driving us from the start until home. But now I think also it was like, yeah, like, okay, guys, wake up. I mean, there's different ways of killing a bird, you know? Yeah. So I think that's what I can take. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that, Michael. So I think a lot of us had have the same sort of thoughts in terms of the structure and the way the book was compiled. It was very confusing. So another quote that I would like to quote from the book is from Rhonda Bryan, the writer of The Secret. He says, your life is in your hands, no matter where you are now, no matter what has happened in your life. You can begin to consciously choose your thoughts, and you can change your life. There is no such thing as a hopeless situation. Every single circumstance of your life can change. So yeah, some inspirational words from the writer there. So the synopsis. Okay, I think we have really exhausted uh, everything about the book, because we have been engaging now for, it has been just over an hour, and yeah, even though we are now live on Facebook, it's really hard for us to, like, continue as if we were not doing anything before this. So I guess everyone will be able to get access on the recorded version of this book club, and yeah, so we talked about the book, maybe just to recap. So the concept behind this book is actually fantastic, in my opinion, and if utilized successfully, it can be absolutely life changing. So if you take whatever it is that you learned from this book, it can change your life. And yeah, it focuses on the law of attraction. So if you don't know about the law of attraction, it's widely available on the internet. You can go and check out on the law of attraction, and how the law of attraction can impact a person's life. And yeah, so I cannot explain the law of attraction as well as the book does. For you to understand everything, you need to read the book. It's an easy yet big concept to get your head around, and I don't think it will be able to cover everything in one session. So you have to read the book and continue having engagements like this one, and other maybe engagements around your social circles, and share the book amongst other young people, because this is a very life-changing, transformational book. It's a self-help book. Yeah. So the law of attraction simply means that like attracts like. So here's a little analogy. So if you wake up in the wrong side of the bed and think, this is going to be a rubbish day, what happens? Usually have a bad day. It has happened to me. I think if my morning is not so good, so everything that day will seem to go wrong. Either be late for work, you miss the bus, you get stuck in traffic, you forgot your lunch, you spill your coffee on your shirt or on your keyboard. A lot of things can go wrong. A lot of small things can go wrong, and your day will go from worst to worst. So this has happened to most of us. Um, in contrast to this now, what usually happens when you wake up feeling positive, um, everything seems to go right, and you're positive. you're in a good mood, and your good mood continues. When you get to work, everybody sees that you're happy and excited, and you arrive in early and in time. You have nice tasty lunch, nice warm coffee. Everything just seems to go perfectly, and get to return home, run a bath, have a nice meal. Everything is just seems to go well. So yeah, the law of attraction comes into this. In the book, it says that like attracts like. So if you think negative thoughts, you are going to attract more negative things in your day. So thoughts are like the trigger to these things, to these reactions that's gonna come back from your thoughts. So if your thoughts are negative, most likely negative things are going to happen in your day. And if your thoughts are positive, most likely the positive things are going to happen. And the universe sends to you what you're thinking about. So you're like a human transmission tower or a magnet. So whatever you think, say, and do, you're going to attract more of the same thing, regardless if it's good or bad. You see. So that's the basic theory of the law of attraction. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than I've just said, and you just have to just go into the book. So this was actually a nice hangout, a nice Wednesday, and a nice book club. I think we are about to end it now. Even though we are live on Facebook. Um, yeah.
Mo, as we close, would you mind telling your audience what is the next book that we'll be discussing?
Unfortunately, the next book that we will be discussing hasn't been released yet. So you must look out for the poster on the YMCA social platforms. So what will happen is that we will we'll choose the book that we would like to read and continue from there and take out the file. Maybe on email, on WhatsApp, you'll get access to the book and so on until next week. So the team will meet today later and we will decide on the book that we will be reading for next week. So yeah, thank you for that. If there's anything that I'm missing out,
thank you so much, Mo. It was nice having this conversation with you guys. We will be sharing the recorded video on our YouTube page as well as on the social media pages, so you can all look out for it. Right.
Okay. Yes, we are almost out.
We can meet next week again, and thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. We will see you next week, same time. Well, next week Wednesday. Yeah. Bye bye.